All right, welcome back. You know, we have been kicking and screaming here on Liquid Lunch for a good part of a year now about how important this election will be. And it is one of the most critical elections of our time. One of the things we're facing right now is turning back under Joe Biden to outsourcing all of our manufacturing jobs to his buddies over in China, or Donald Trump's agenda, which is lower taxes, manufacturing jobs here, jobs as we recover. Tremendous GDP, all this other stuff, and it's because of strong deals that Donald Trump has made with China and stood up to China, and they don't like it, to be quite honest with you. And someone else who is kicking and screaming every single day about the unfairness and brutality of China is none other than Erin Elmore. She's an attorney. She's also the executive director of USA Strong. And Erin, today we always talk about China. I know you guys are a nonpartisan, non-political group that spreads awareness and advocacy for the evils of China. But today we're talking about your documentary, which kind of gets into that as well.
Yes, how are you today? Thank you for having me on this election day. I am so excited this week, just in time to sway all of those undecided voters. We launched our documentary. It's called Wellborn, I'm Fighting to Keep USA Strong. And it's basically an American story of an American manufacturer in a small town in Alabama who was targeted by the Chinese Communist Party, and they fought back and they won. And that means they saved their future for their family, their industry, and the small town. And that's what these Chinese communists do. They come in like parasites and try to destroy manufacturing and destroy America. In fact, since 2001, 2.8 million US-based manufacturing jobs have been stolen by communist China. That's a staggering number. And if we would have kept those jobs here in the United States, that would have added $133 billion to our economy each year. So this is truly a problem, and in something that we're so glad to have addressed. And we've gotten a lot of reshares on this on Facebook. Donald Trump Jr. has reshared it. Charlie Kirk has reshared it. So it's really impactful, and I would really love everyone to watch it.
Okay, where can people find Wellborn Fighting to Keep USA Strong? Is Erin frozen?
She's frozen.
Are we frozen?
No.
I think we are. Hello. All right, we lost Erin's connection. Oh, we'll get her right back on, that's for sure. You're watching Liquid Lunch, and it is a terrific Tuesday. It's election day, man. And I got the bourbon on the table. I just poured myself a fresh one. I had a rough night last night, I must admit. Was out doing some last-minute political work, sign work, and voter get out the vote efforts. And I had a few cocktails with the team as we were out there pounding the pavement. I got in about 3 o'clock. And I was thinking, well, should I take a nap? Or should I just go power right through it? And then one of my friends, my friend Paige, said, just start drinking. And I said, you know what? You're right. So here's to you. It's election day. We deserve it. I'm going straight bourbon. It's going to be a beautiful day, if you ask me, in America, because
I'm back.
It's a beautiful day when we have Erin Elmore back with us as well.
I don't know what happened. I'm so sorry. I guess that's what happens in this era.
That's an interest. Oh, is that arrow on Erin's face on our side or on her side? There we go. All right. So when we last left off, Erin was about to tell us about where people can find Wellborn Fighting to Keep USA Strong.
So as indicated, if you go on the Facebook pages of Charlie Kirk and Donald Trump Jr., they've shared it. But the best places to go would be on Facebook and Instagram at Proud USA Strong. So Proud USA Strong on Facebook and Instagram. I would tell you to check it out. It's a true story of American inspiration, and also showing you that, you know, we love the Chinese people. The Chinese Communist Party is a parasitic entity that really wants to be the world's dominant superpower, and they're doing that by taking us out. And it's a war. They are waging a war not of guns and bombs. They are waging a war that's silent and destructive and deceptive. They're taking over technology. They're taking over manufacturing. They're taking over every aspect of American life. So we really have to make some changes in the future.
And Erin, I mean, there's no two ways about it. China is actually on the ballot today. You vote for Joe Biden, you're voting for China. You vote for Donald Trump, you're voting for America.
So truly what you see is the people on the left are complicit with the communist agenda because that's what they want to have here. It's a lack of religion. It's a lack of democracy. There is no constitution. There is government control of every aspect of life. Those two are part and parcel. And what the American people, I think, today really need to focus on is, do you believe in America and the American dream and what we stand for as American people? And I think that's really important. Look what happened to us with the coronavirus. That was a product of the Chinese Communist Party, whether you like it or not. If you don't think it was maliciously done, that is okay if you say that. But they opened flights from Wuhan to the rest of the world, but not through China. That tells you there's a bit of deception. They denied human-to-human transmission. Also, this should scare every American, no matter how you feel politically. 97% of our antibiotics are manufactured in China.
Yikes.
Let that sink in for just a minute.
That's pretty scary because these people have no value for human life. If they decide they're fed up with us, they just start dropping a little cyanide in all our antibiotics, and then people are just dying left and right, and they're like, well, I don't know what happened. Let's just take over America peacefully. Erin, aside from your great documentary where people can, and I would encourage you folks out there to go to Proud USA Strong on both Facebook and YouTube to check out this movie. It's a true, real story about a family who literally came into a face-to-face war with the CCP. So you need to know this stuff. But shift gears with me a little bit, please, darling. I am drinking already because I'm so excited. I'm like pre-gaming it. But put your political hat on for a minute. What do you think is going to happen? And give me a little electoral prediction.
So I have a lot of fear and trepidation because the people on the Biden side are just as optimistic as we are, but we do have the enthusiasm on our side. I live in Pennsylvania, which is going to be the most important state to decide this. I've lived all over the state for my whole entire life, basically. The Pittsburgh Post-Gazette endorsed Trump, which is the first time since the early 70s that they've endorsed a Republican. That should be telling. Philadelphia is usually a Democrat stronghold, but if you go to South Philly, where you got second, third generation police officers and firefighters, they've had it. The union workers as well. They've had it. They're all voting for Trump. So all we have to do is chip away at that Philadelphia blue sector a little bit and really get Pennsylvania done. And I'm optimistic, nervous, and I woke up this morning feeling like I was going to battle. So I hope that there's a massive red wave, and I feel in my heart that that's what's going to happen. But I think we're just going to have to play it out and see what happens because there's so many different factors at play today.
Understood. When you say they're just as enthusiastic, I just want to beg to differ with you tiny a bit because this morning the Biden campaign put out a statement saying, we will not concede tonight under any circumstance. So it sounds like, when I hear that, to me, that sounds like they're getting ready to lose, and they're just putting the word out that don't give up yet because we're not quitting tonight for sure. I would never, ever say that. I would never say, well, no matter what happens, we're not going to concede tonight. It almost sounds like you're conceding.
A last-ditch effort. It's a last-ditch effort. And what I was meaning by enthusiasm is I went to the poll as soon as it opened this morning, and it was me and a sea of Democrats that were all there up early and voting, and I just didn't expect to see that, given that what we know and the push for the mail-in ballots. But yes, what you are saying is we're not going to concede no matter what tonight. That's a bad sign and a bad look.
Right. I mean, that's how they started the day today. So, hopefully it gets worse. I personally think, Erin, I went to the polls this morning, and, my district is 60% Democrat, 40% Republican. I saw, I would say 80% of the people at the poll were Trump supporters. So it looked to me like on the ground here, it looked like there were more Trump people turned out on game day. But I've been seeing stuff happen in New York that's just crazy. These 50-mile-long convoys, and in the summer there were these boat rallies and all this stuff that, I'm 52 years old. I never heard of a John McCain rally. I never heard of a Mitt Romney rally. I never heard of a Bob Dole rally. You know what I'm saying? And these things are popping up organically.
Right. President Trump is a cultural phenomenon that has made politics into a hobby and a sport for like-minded friends and people. It is fun. It is engaging. It is optimistic. It is exciting. He has forever changed how we will see politics. And that's why I tell you what, let's pray for a Donald Trump win, and then we need Trump Jr. 2024 so we can keep this party going.
I like Ivanka 2024. You know what I mean?
I know her well, and I really think she would be amazing. You're not wrong. I'll take any Trump 2024. Barron's a little too young, but
yeah,
hey.
Definitely. All right, check out Wellborn Fighting to Keep the USA Strong by going to Proud USA Strong, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Proud USA Strong. And give me your prediction. Final, how many electoral college votes will Donald Trump get?
I went to law school, so I didn't have to do math, okay? So I'm not going to hit you with the math before I get
No math. Just give me a number. He got 306 last time.
He's going to get Florida, get Arizona, get Pennsylvania, get Michigan, get Minnesota, and win the whole thing.
Damn it. Okay. All right. I can't argue with greatness, and she is great. She's a great friend also. Thank you, Erin. You're the bomb. We'll check in with you soon. All right.
Thank you.
You know, when they're talking about Donald Trump's tax plans and all this other stuff, you know who sits on his tax advisory board? The guy coming up next, Julio Gonzalez from Engineer Tax Services. You got to check this out.